Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, get that bell notification on too, so you don't miss out on a video. Welcome back to the channel, where last time we were here on Friday, we did some bus revisions. We revised some of the old lines, we changed them up, we modernized them for today's needs. We're going to be following one of these buses around Old Fort Prairie, and yeah. So what's in store for today's episode? Well, over the course of the last few episodes, we have leveled up our university to level 4. And I think we'll be able to get it to level 5 today, if all things go well. Or at least get it to the point where we just need to kind of wait for academic works to accrue. And yeah, so all's looking well for Prince Albert University. And wow, looks like people love taking the double-decker bus. I mean, who wouldn't? It's a lot of fun. And yeah, so that's what we'll do. That's what we'll be doing today. We'll be looking at some of the level 4 assets. Whoa, bit of a traffic jam here. And we'll be looking at some sports stadiums today out there, how I'm going to approach the sports stadiums from the campus DLC in this city. And then we will kind of look at how we're going to do dorms. We're going to expand onto 2-foot island as well, which is going to be a lot of fun. And I really like these modern homes that have appeared along Old Fort Prairie. We may need to come back here and do some maintenance on the historical buildings, because I'm sure that a lot of it would be rather historical and not like glass buildings everywhere. But yeah, I think we can hop out here, and there we go. So this red line just kind of loops around through here, and it comes up and goes to Dedham Square. So yeah, so where is the university in relation to our town? So this is the town that we started building up. It's going to be a small city. We've already kind of built up what the downtown core is going to be. Nothing major, nothing too big, but this is going to be the extent of the skyscrapers, the massive skyscrapers, barring just a few smaller ones like we did last week. Yes, we started off with Fort Prairie out this way. We expanded into doing some farming out this way, and then we moved down to the downtown, and here's the university. So the university is pretty well situated because we're gonna have a massive suburb out this way, and then other suburbs dotted about. But the university comprises of this land right here. It's got a campus station right here, but it also has this island as well as a part of it, and that's what we'll be looking at, kind of expanding onto today. And we'll also kind of fill in some space through here, and we'll look at some stadiums. So Prince Albert College has a ton of students, so I'm not too worried about that. I think the only thing I'm worried about is not getting enough academic works to get us to level 5, but we'll definitely be working on the attractiveness of the campus. So let's look at the buildings that we need. So that is in here. It's a trade school campus, so I clicked the wrong one, of course. And yeah, what did we unlock with level 4? Well, I'm pretty sure we unlocked the auditorium, the library or laboratories, and the bookstore, and we also had the School of Tourism and Travel unlocked, and I think maybe the academic statue 1 or something like that. I'm not too sure, but if you haven't seen any of the previous videos, so this is the university, but if you follow this road all the way down, we get out over to here. We built kind of like a sub-campus for the police college, which is like a police academy. It's even got the RCMP, which stands for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, because this is a Canadian-themed city. Okay, so what's going to be the kind of the plan for this area, especially on the expansion of the island here? Well, I want to get a tram line in here, and I've already pre-built that bridge. That totally wasn't necessary at the time, but I wanted to kind of show some of my plan for it. But how we're going to bring the tram lines into the university, I'm still not 100% set on. So that's why we've kind of just avoided it. But I do know that this is kind of the area that I want that to happen on. I'm pretty sure we're just going to bring it in and then have a mini tram station in here. And then we'll double that tram station up for a tram access point to, I don't know, the downtown, or not really the downtown because we have a metro for that. Yes, this train station is actually a metro. We've converted it. But yeah, we'll get the tram kind of connecting up somewhere, maybe over here, maybe to the stadium. This is new. I'm decided that we're going to do a football stadium out this way. And I guess that's a good segue to talk about the stadiums. So after we're going to kind of look in getting all the new items in, we're going to look at the sports stadiums. So the ones I really want to get are the Aquatic Center, which I want to put right here for a few reasons. Basically, because this is the gym. Kind of combine these two assets together. And I feel like, you know, if you're thinking about a college, they usually have all the sports stuff kind of relatively close together. And I think that having these two gyms right beside each other and then the Aquatic Center, it flows pretty well. And I do know that it has quite the flux of traffic. So that's why when we run a tram down here, hopefully that'll help out. But parking is definitely going to be an issue with this asset. And I really like how it looks from over here, especially if we're going to have like a park looking over the river. That'll look really nice. So there's a couple things we could do. We could straighten this out, but I know we're straight with this road here. But I think it's going to be better if we just kind of clean it up for the purpose of the building that we're kind of maintaining here. Though I don't really mind the idea of having a bit more space. So let's actually pull this down. And we'll bump this down a little bit more. And we'll try to keep it relatively level with what the asset is telling us. Okay, that's good. And then we'll just realign these ones. And we can always rework the roads, especially in areas that we haven't really touched at all, right? So now we're kind of curving here, so that's pretty nice. Adds a bit of intrigue. And I'm definitely going to pave this in. Not all of it, but I think paving most of this in could be beneficial, especially with the parking lot issue that's going to be a thing for this area. So let's go into the BOB mod. And I guess we're kind of diving into this asset before we discuss other things. So there we go. Trees. So the alder tree, we're just going to remove entirely. And it doesn't look like we could get rid of them all. So it looks like these ones didn't want to get removed. Now I'm still new with the BOB mod. I think I have like a general good hand at it, but no, I do like those potted plants. I'm not sure where they are though. I'm looking for the bushes and the alder tree. Don't think that they're there. So I guess we'll just have to kind of deal with that part of the asset, and that's okay. So we'll exit out of that, and let's take a peek at what we can do. So there's a couple things we could do. We could use the surface painter tool, and that's a-okay. Well, we might not get the exact lines we're looking for. So what I'm thinking of is using this pathway here, and we're going to turn off node snapping. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, and probably our guidelines as well. That'll be helpful. And we'll go right here, and we'll just try to get right about here. And that's going to create a bit of a smoother connection point for us. We'll do the same thing through here. There we go. And then I'm just going to adjust the asset until that bush is just kind of in the grass area. Hopefully we're a-okay on this end. Yeah, look at the traffic flowing in here. Holy moly. All right. Well, that is okay. One thing I do want to do is check the building spawn point, because I would like to just I would like to just pull it back a little bit. There we go. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think it looks nice though. I think we might actually be able to save a bit more space as well and bring it forward even just a touch more. And then we'll just have to, again, just make sure that the building spawn point is at an appropriate location. Okay. I don't mind the street parking as well. Doesn't really bug me that much. But you know what does bug me? The lack of parking. So let's find those parking lots and let's add them in. All right, so I think that's going to be relatively similar to what we already have. So I wonder if I can just kind of slide this right in here. Oh, looks like it's different dimensions. So I think I might have to do this one a bit more manually than I was expecting to. But that's okay. All right, we'll swing this down. That's pretty good. And I'll just rotate this. And all we're really doing is just expanding the parking lot that already exists in the asset. Okay, fantastic. I think I might, I don't think a car will be able to get out of there. But we don't have like a single parking space, so that's okay. Then I wonder if we can get this one to fit, or we have to do this one manually as well. Looks like we're gonna have to do it manually. That's okay. So we'll just use the same item here. And I think it's probably better anyways. Ooh, let's make sure we get this one in at the appropriate dimensions, and then we'll just use this one. So I'm just going to overlap one space here, so we might see some funkiness, but I think that overall that's going to be good. Just because I didn't want a bush to overlap in the area, in the parking space. Okay. So it looks like I might need to just do this for the entire way. So it looks like, yeah, I guess since we move some things around here, our idea of using the pathway to kind of be the surface painter didn't really work out in the end. That's okay. Just try and use that. Right, and there is more space back here for parking, but I don't really like the idea of parking back here. This is probably just going to be like the janitor, the sports complex owner can park there. I don't know. Maintenance people. And let's see if we can get one more in here. No, it doesn't look like it's going to fit right in there. Okay, come on. But I wonder if we could get maybe like a really small one, like a 3x3. Doesn't look like it. Let's click those in, and then we'll just rotate them around to make like a mini parking lot over here. So we'll just do that. I know you just parked there, Mr. Pickup Truck, but sorry, just gonna need to take that space. Okay, and I wish I could grab that, but it doesn't look like I'll be able to without moving the whole building. So I think we'll just have to really move the building really quickly, grab that, and then put this one right back. And unfortunately, I'm gonna need to be really tricky with this, but one good way to see is using this parking lot. Ooh, didn't get it perfect. There we go. All right, so I suppose we can just delete this then, and we can fill this up with concrete. Okay, fantastic. And you know, honestly, I think this looks good with concrete all the way through. Not just saying that. Yeah, all right. I like how this looks. I think there's some more detailing that we could kind of add onto during our final closing ceremony for the university, or commencement, I guess. So we're getting the attractiveness up. So let's get back to my idea of what I'm going to do with the sports stadiums. So the Aquatic Center, 100%. The football stadium, the American football stadium, American football in Canada is called Canadian football. And it's huge out in Alberta. Football is massive. And I think the stadium will look really well over here. Now, we did do a football stadium in New Lancaster, but we didn't do a football stadium in Brockton County. But so that's what I'm going to try to do in this series. I'm not going to use everything that we did in the last series. So the football stadium is going to work perfect, like right in here on a better angle than this. But in this area, I think it would work great. The track and field, I think I want to do in like a high school campus kind of vibe, or like a public sports kind of area. So not in the university. The basketball arena, I think we may use as well in the arena area. But I don't think it kind of fits the feel for... it might fit, like physically actually too. It might fit the field for this university. I haven't decided on the basketball stadium. The baseball stadium, I think if we're gonna use it, it should go right up here. Like I will have the stands facing the river, so the field will be right on the edge of this little area here. I think it would look really nice to kind of sit here because you get a nice cool view of the downtown from here. So I think we might use that stadium. So, you know, in the end, I think we're going to try to use every stadium in this build. Kind of going back on what I said earlier, that we might not, but like I said, this one is probably not going to be the universities. This one is also not going to be the universities. This one might be like a shared facility with the city and the university. And I could see we could probably change the basketball arena to be like a campus specific arena. So in the end, I think only 2 arenas will be specifically for the campus DLC, and the rest will have to be like a, you know, part of the city. So let's look at the new buildings. So this is the one that I really want to get. In the School of Tourism and Travel, I think would look really nice in this little pocket right here. I think we could get a really nice park around it, especially because I would suspect that a lot of this would probably flood regularly. Not every winter or anything like that, and not every spring, but it would definitely be susceptible to flooding, in my opinion. And I think the land is highest right over here, so let's try and place this down like this. Let's see how that looks. Let's just remove the trees from the island, and we'll come back and we'll replace them. Just in this area. Okay, now should it be facing this way, or should we have this facing the river? Okay, that's a really nice window. I think it looks really nice looking out over that. Let's see. Let's grab it with move it. I should have just made sure I was just using this asset. If we go right on this angle here, that also is really nice. I think this one might be it. Mainly because it looks like all the windows are looking towards the river, coming towards it, which I think would probably be the orientation that the builder would probably like. Because if we go this way, I mean, that one also is pretty good too, because it's low over here. So a lot of the taller windows, although there are no tall windows. So I think overall we'll kind of go in this direction with the asset. And we'll try and get it so that this point is exactly in the middle of this little peninsula here. Pull it back to about here. And there we go. So now I'll just grab the asset and we're going to set it to terrain height. Fantastic. Okay. Now we're going to need to choose a road. And I think the road that best suits this area is probably going to be this one. So we're going to go with a road with no parking. Let's turn on our guidelines. That might be helpful. Right here. Then we're going to go with parking for the rest of it. And node controller, that would be helpful. And then I think what we're going to do is follow this side of the road or river, although it's calmer on this side. Now let's stay on this side. We'll connect up with this. We'll kind of swing around these rocks, although that might, if we do the baseball stadium over here, then I think we're going to want to park on this side. So why don't we cut to this side, and then we'll follow the river this way, and we'll connect up right through the middle there. Okay, so that means we're gonna go freeform, and we'll cut along here, right to about here. Just like that. And then we're just gonna grab this road here. Just connect up. And then grab this one again. Follow the coast. And I think we'll just slowly make our way towards the middle here. Okay. Looks good to me. We're gonna need the young linden tree. So this is right here. Here we go. Then I'm just going to plant it all the way down this road. Fantastic. Okay, so that's quite the long drive, but hopefully people will be able to walk through here. I don't see that a reason why people wouldn't be able to use this for a pedestrian pathway connection. And we'll have a couple cool connections off of here, maybe another building right through here, and we'll try to incorporate this building and the rock features as well. Okay, so that means we're just going to need to flatten out the terrain a little bit more so we get rid of the hitbox of the building. Don't know if that's the right term for it, but seems to me like it would be. Aha, okay, so it looks like we did get some academic works, so we'll just go and check on that in a second. I'm gonna grab this road here. We're gonna set it to the same height as the asset. There we go. Now hopefully it's going to be a bit smoother of a process for us. Okay, then we just want to make sure that the majority of where we're building is at the same height. Don't really mind doing this, and I think we're gonna go with a bit of a key as well. Don't mind going down to a lower level on this end. So it looks like we're gonna choose this height for this side of the road. All right, and then let's just do a quick little slope. And the reason why we're gonna do this is because I'm noticing that there's a couple dips, and by kind of just using this tool, holy cow, there we go, we'll flatten that all out. So you can see in the percentages there's just some slight differences, and then there we go, so it's a lot smoother. And look at that, fantastic. Oops. Okay, and then same thing, we'll just clean up this side here. So now we have some really good spots to develop, but we're going to leave this spot, or this part, for a future stadium, which will come with level 5 probably. Okay, so we need water out this way. Wouldn't be an episode if I didn't forget water at some point. So let's turn it on. There we go. And we'll just roughly follow the road. And connect up right here. Fantastic. All right. And you know what? I suppose we should have just filled up this whole peninsula with water, just because I know we're just going to need it anyways. Okay, so now that we got that in place, there's probably a lot more we can do with this asset, like parking wise. But this is the School of Tourism and Travel, so I think it needs its supporting buildings around here as well. So let's go into these buildings, and I know we have the main buildings that we just unlocked, but School of Tourism and Travel, I think it needs an auditorium, right? So like an extra auditorium. So let's try and put this at a place where I think would be rather nice. And I suppose there's no windows on that side, so maybe we kind of do something like this. Although it's an auditorium, there doesn't need to be windows. And I was thinking if we kind of center it right through here, it might look nice. And you know what? I think I think it will. So let's bring it out to about here. Like I said, oh, okay, good thing to know. This one has parking, not very well placed parking. So we'll need to swing a road through here, which is you know, okay with me. It's definitely doable from this this point as well. I haven't like pigeonholed ourselves or anything like that. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to switch to the no parking. Turn off our guidelines as well. That's going to be helpful because we're trying to snap to locations that we didn't necessarily want. Okay, so the reason why I like having the no parking is because it kind of allows the building to kind of shine, and it also gives us a crosswalk as well. Okay, so that kind of lets me know that maybe we could connect this one up on the other side of the building, and we'll use the one with parking option available. We'll turn on our guidelines for this one so we get a nice clean connection, and then yeah, look at that. Okay, so that gives us some really cool space to kind of detail up, and it also allows us to kind of potentially sneak another road back in here if we want another building, and I think that would probably be a really good idea. So let's bring this one back like so. We'll clean up that curve. It's really nice. And then we'll bring a median road with nothing else to it. Bring it right down like that. It's got parking on it, which is good. Is this in the center? It's not exactly. So there we go. Now it is. We'll just rotate this down. And you know what? Let's just upgrade this little section here. Okay, fantastic. So there's a couple things we can do with this area. I do want to get some like modern condos out this way too, which will represent like newer dorms, but I don't think we're ready for that yet. So what else could we put out this way? We could put a statue, kind of make like a bit of a park. If we're talking about buildings, we could do not a cafeteria. I don't think that has enough location. We could put a dorm out this way. Be really cool, but I don't think it's particularly safe to have a dorm so close to the river. But I think a dorm in this area might be nice. There's parking on the dorm asset, so I wonder if we can kind of straighten it up like this. We're right in the middle here. Maybe we just line it up a little bit cleaner. Oh, that's almost perfect, isn't it? This corner and this corner, and then this corner and this corner. Okay, fantastic. Well, let's do that. So we'll kind of just clean this part up like that. Swing this over a bit more. Okay, very nice. And I think we can get more parking out this way too. This will probably all just be pathway. So then over here, I don't think we really have a purpose then. So you have a study hall, which I think is too big. And yeah, okay, so I guess what we can do then is make it a park. So what I'll do, whoa. So we'll delete that. And I think we can just drag it out just a bit. And then we can get one of these statues. Oh, good thing I had problem tree anarchy, or anarchy turn on, sorry. So we'll get this one and we'll just place it right here at the end. Like that, make sure it's centered. And there we go. We've given ourselves a really cool spot to detail up in our final episode of the university. And the reason why I'm kind of ignoring the detailing is because saving it all for one kind of allows us to flow a little bit better. Now, I don't mind detailing up the, like for one episode, I don't really mind detailing up the stadium because it seems a bit more like a one-off build. Let's put a pathway through here. And I think we can just do something like that. Let's see if maybe we can do that as well. Okay, and then if I just grab nodes, and nodes only, and pull this one over, and there we go. Okay, I do notice that the street lamps are a bit wonky. That's okay. And then we can get parking through here. So let's grab the no parking road right there, so we get a bit of a crosswalk, and maybe that can indicate like a turn. And then let's get some more parking. Okay, some buildings. There we go. I think this is probably the limit of the parking. So it would have to be right about here. Let's bump it back a little bit. Yep, and then we'll go with some of these single ones. So those are the doors right there. I think we could get a couple right through here. Actually, so we're just going to delete that, and we're going to go back and move it. Control Z, and I think if I just place this one, I think we'll be able to fit it, and it would still fit. No, it doesn't. Darn. Sorry about that. Okay, so we'll just place 3 down. It's a bit smaller. Put them together. And then I'll shift click on all of them. And then we can move it into position. Just like that, okay. And then I can pave this whole area in. Perhaps not right there. I think maybe we can get a couple details through here, like a larger tree. That'll be it for the kind of detailing of this area. But there we go. We have a bit of a cool park. I think this turned out really nicely. I think we can get like an actual kind of lookout point kind of thing through here as well. And a lot of times on cities along rivers here, where there's these low-lying areas, parks are often really beneficial because they, if they do flood, which, you know, in the winter months after the snow melt, is a real problem. Parks are a bit cheaper to kind of fix up than something a bit bigger like a building. But we are going to put a key through here, but I'm going to stop the key kind of in line with this road. So right about here, and we'll go freeform. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention that I did upgrade the key walls along the rapid bus network. Okay, while we're doing this, I spent a long time today at my lunch doing this because it took a long time. But now we have a a cooler retaining wall along here. So I think that was David with the suggestion. Thank you, David. But I left the original key wall at the stations. But yeah, look how more walkable this is. This gives us such a cool opportunity to do like some markets or some unique things through here. And I really like how it ends off right here at the support of the bridge. And then this one continues onto this station, and it's actually walkable. So technically, if we get anything in here, people will be able to walk along here and then go right to the station, which is nice. But I didn't do it on the other side because there's already options available. Okay, so we already got that in place. Let's take a quick peek at some more new items because, oh wait, sorry, I was doing the keys. Because there are some more items that I want to get in, and I want to get some of the new buildings that we unlocked with level 4 in with the original part of the campus. Okay. So we're just going to do something like that. I think that is pretty smooth. And then right through here, I think we may try and get a connection. Yeah, and then I think maybe if we just, you know what, I think we're gonna leave that connection point for another day. Okay, I'm glad it didn't stay on that side, the railing that is. Okay, and then maybe this way we can connect it with a pathway. So that means I need to take this node and lower it a bit into the ground. And this is not this is not uncommon to see keys kind of transition like this. Okay, that's this node needs to be adjusted. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. And I think I want to grab this node here. Yep, and I just want to raise it up actually, so that it almost looks like the railings connect. Like that. But it's separated. You know what? I think it was better before. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so that's good. I think this gives us an access point here as well for this area. And we still have our option available for the baseball stadium down the road, which doesn't have to be technically in the campus zone. Why don't we take a look at what we have planned for the campus area? So we have all of 2 Foot Island for the campus. Oh, that's a park. Okay, yeah, so we don't have to use this part for the campus, which is nice. Okay, so let's take a deeper look at some of the new assets. Ooh, I think one of these smaller buildings might look nice out this way as well. No, let's leave this front open for a cool park. Oh, you know what? I wanted to make sure that we got a study area over here because I really like the size of this. And I was wondering if maybe we could kind of fit it in somewhere. So maybe this could be a bit of the beginning of the park. Especially if we just kind of finesse it right into here. Put it to the same height as this corner. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna need to grab this node and put it to the same height. There we go. So I think I actually need to raise it. Didn't seem to really be working. What's going on here? There we go. And then if we just do a quick little adjustment here with the height modification. Oh, you know what? It looks like it was at the right height. Alright, well, you know what? I think this is a good start. And then I really like how it kind of blends in with this area here. Especially if we just get it just right. Yeah. We definitely build off of that for the bigger, wider park kind of area. We're definitely going to need a key on this side as well, aren't we? I think so. So let's level out the terrain a little bit. Oh, come on. Okay, but I think we'll save the key for next time. Okay, so we unlocked the bookstore, the library, holy cow, the laboratories and the auditorium. We already have an auditorium in, doesn't mean it's going to be the only one. We need a bookstore though. I think the bookstore is usually at a rather centralized location of campus. And I was wondering which kind of buildings we could get along here. Now the bookstore, I assume there's also like reading areas. I don't think should be right beside the metro. So how about right over here? There is also parking availability as well. So maybe we actually go over on this side. Yeah, you know what? I really like how this works. There's a lot of concrete on this asset as well already. Maybe we can kind of blend this one in a little bit better if we do some work with how there's doors here. So why don't we grab this road or pathway, turn off our guidelines here, node snapping. Okay, just gonna need to do a quick adjustment. I wonder if we can get that blend a little bit nicer. You know what? I think we need to build it from the other angle. Because of the streetlight situation. Oh, so the other way? It was the other way. Sorry about that. There we go. And then we can just finesse it in a little bit. So we're going to blend those two spaces together. Turn back on node snapping. Connect up. And then readjust this node so that it's straight. And then we'll grab this one. Oops. And we can connect up. We could even connect up right in the middle here. Then readjust the node. So that it's right in the middle like that. And then we could get a really simple curved connection. Turn on our guidelines. One of the rare times guidelines will actually be helpful when building pathways. Okay, so there is parking along here, but I don't think we're going to really need much more than we currently have. I can't really get parking over here, but we do need to fill this in with concrete, of course. But I do think this would be a prime asset to develop some cool with some cool detailing. I think this is almost too good to be true for how this works with the pathways here and everything like that. We can get that. There's actually a really good space right here, so maybe concrete isn't the best option for this side. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this could be some cool park or something like that. Or like a plaza, actually. Let's take a quick peek at that plaza, or the plazas that we have unlocked here. Yeah, you know what? Why not? It's always a good idea to get more reading space, especially at a campus. And I think this kind of adds a bit of intrigue in the area as well. And we still get to concrete everything in. Okay, so that was the bookstore. Looks pretty nice. I think it's kind of a good transition out of the campus area as well. But we still have a couple more buildings to place down, like the labs, and I think the labs deserve a pretty good spot. So what's this? The library. Makes sense to put the labs pretty close to the library. This is also a pretty good open space. I'm not sure what other buildings could really go there. So we have the media lab. They could go there. That's a pretty nice building. The beach volleyball club and the academic statue 2, and then the School of Engineering deserves its own location, perhaps even encompassing that whole area as well. So let's grab the laboratory, and why don't we put it right here? So there's parking on this asset, so we're going to need to respect that. And we're going to have to be able to, we're going to, cancel out what we decided and find a better suitable location for this area, or for this. And there's nothing worse than having an 8:30 a.m. lab. So why not have it right beside the campus, or right beside the dormitories? Now, when we have a tram through here, it might be difficult for there to be parking. There's a side door right here. Looks like it was actually for trucks. No side doors along here. Side door for pedestrians. Yeah, that looks like it's for trucks, doesn't it? Okay, so why don't we bring a road right through here. And we actually just scooch this right down. Like, to about here. Alright. Let's actually just upgrade this to one with no parking. There we go, that's better. And we'll also BOB this, and we'll replace the trees. So bushes, adios. Tree, we need to be something. So why don't we make it the young linden trees? Oh my gosh, they're always so small. Young linden, there we go. And the tree variant here will go with the horse chestnut. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so this allows us to concrete this up a little bit. And definitely no parking along here, but I guess the professors can park right through there. And maybe we can get some parking along this side here. Let's see. Actually needing to be this way. Okay, fantastic. Let's try and fit them a little bit better. And then why don't we run a pathway? Let's make sure we're using the same pathways that we're using in this for this build. Let's see if we can squeeze one through here without it looking too weird. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work because of these dumpsters here. It doesn't really make sense to have the dumpsters here, so I wonder if we can BOB them anyways. So if we go right here, we look for something. Oh, here we go. Remove them. There we go. That actually looks a lot better. Okay, so there is still the issue of the bench right there though, so we'll have to move this in a little bit more. Okay, that works pretty good, and this gives us a cool opportunity to connect up another building. Even could it be the Steven special, and can we connect up another one of the same building back to back? How does this building fuse together? So that seems to me like it's right on the edge. Looks like there's some cool overlooks. There's a bit of a gap here, so I'm gonna have to move it in a bit farther. So bring this right in like that. I think that adds a lot of intrigue here, especially with how that door is right there. It looks really neat. Let's bring this one over like that. Okay, fantastic. I really like this idea. So I think what this also allows us to do is get a whole strip of parking too. And we do need another road through here, which is okay because this is a bit more of a main road, which may actually need to be upgraded at some point to a larger road. So why don't we do that right now? And we'll just start off with this one. And we can always upgrade it should we need. Okay, so I think we're gonna need to get a road along from this one. So we're gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the one with parking. I don't think I really mind in this case. Oh, but we need to make sure we have access onto that parking lot. So we're gonna go with road, the one without parking then. And this will just be a bit of an access road. I wonder if we could even bring this down to about here, grab this one and bring this right to here for walkability purposes. And then we can, oops, grab this. That's pretty good right there. And we'll fill in the concrete where we need it. Like not necessarily right in here, but I was just looking for that area. Okay, and then if we just grab this with move it, copy it, paste. See if we can get one more in here. No, we definitely can't. So we'll have to do this one manually with 1x1s. Okay, that's all good with me. Make sure they're lined up appropriately. Looks like they are actually. So we'll just move this into position. Copy it, flip it around, paste it down. What a parking lot. And look at this. We have access on this side as well for it. Minus this little box there, but that's all good. Okay, what a parking lot. Okay, I'll clean it up momentarily. Another cool spot to detail up, and we've really expanded out the labs here. I really like how that looks, actually. Wow. All right, so we have one more item, and that is the auditorium. So we need some auditoriums out this way. I think we saw that there was parking on this building here. So I'm not going to put this one on this side because I don't really like how they look. So I think we'll have to get an auditorium out over on this side. I wonder if we can get this one to work kind of on an angle here. Okay, so we're gonna have to BOB this building, unfortunately, and we're just gonna remove the bushes. And you know, this is why I really like saving the detailing for the end, because there's just gonna be so many situations where we need to remove objects. So we'll say that this parking spot is special or something. I don't know. I suppose we can always back it up a little bit to make sure that we have a bit more space here for the special parking. And there's no access doors on the side or back or anything like that. Nope. Doesn't look like it, so I think I like how that one is placed. I don't really see another spot for it at the moment, and we were talking about potentially getting the basketball stadium inside of the campus area, because, you know, this is Canada. I assume the Aquatic Center is the pool, so the basketball court is probably going to be a mixed use basketball and hockey court. Hockey rink. And you know, I'm thinking of my house, of my university experience, and you know, there was definitely an arena that had mixed use between basketball, you know, multiple volleyball games, and we always wrote a bunch of our exams in there too. And I think this is probably going to be the best spot for it, seeing its location and whatnot. But we might be able to push it right down into the corner here. Let me know what your thoughts are in the basketball court. Next video is going to be something similar, I believe, because we haven't pushed the attractiveness up yet, but we have everything else. So I think next video we'll be able to just push out a little bit more, get a couple more dorms in, work on this area a bit more, and then maybe on Friday we'll be able to finish off the university entirely. Or maybe we'll do that in Wednesday's video, because I think there's some cool buildings we can add in over here to kind of help fill that out. And we can get the basketball stadium in. Yeah, I think I will get the basketball stadium in next episode, and we'll leave the baseball stadium for another time, and these three entirely. And I think we'll just get a couple more dorms. We'll get a couple more statues and whatnot to really help fill it out, and hopefully that'll probably take us a majority of the time just to make sure we're doing it proper, and then that'll probably get us to level 5. I'm gonna probably play most of next episode with the game paused, so then we don't accrue any time in the academic year. We'll just bump up that attractiveness, we'll get level 5, and then we'll start detailing it up. So hope you enjoyed today's episode, folks. We built the School of Tourism and Travel in today's episode, and I really like how we got it to look. So have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you next time. Peace out.